He was a miraculous healer, yet he was so ugly that he lacked even the right to reproduce. Even passing dogs would insult him twice, not to mention women. However, he used to be a super handsome guy, but due to a failed experiment, his face was splashed with sulfuric acid, turning him into a hideous monster feared by everyone. But the man did not seek revenge on society. Instead, he went to the battlefield, using his medical skills to benefit and treat those soldiers. He did this for 20 years, until a missile unexpectedly made him the brightest light on the battlefield. When he woke up again, he had transmigrated into a man named Shenlang. In this life, he regained his handsome and suave appearance, but his situation didn't seem much better than before. From the original body's memories, he learned he was in a place called the mythical Turtle City of Yu Kingdom. Despite being the most handsome man in the city, he was considered a fool and useless, unable to recognize a single word after 10 years of study. Yet, this version of him had only met the Su family's daughter once, and became her devoted admirer. When the Su family's daughter needed a husband to ward off a strange illness, he didn't hesitate to become their son-in-law. But after joining the Su family, due to his humble origins, he was looked down upon, beaten, and insulted by the Su family's maids. Fortunately, the young lady of the Su family recovered because of his arrival, and defended him, making him even more obsessed with Su Chanqian, though they never did what a husband and wife should do. However, half a month later, he suddenly contracted a strange disease that couldn't be cured. That's why I took over this body. Just as Shenlang thought he could live a carefree life, he heard footsteps outside. He went over to listen, and heard two maids discussing him. He should have died a long time ago, and he still wants to be our Su family's son-in-law. Look at what he is. Did he really save the young lady from disaster? I think I saw the steward adding something to the medicine pot last time. Don't talk nonsense. Would our Su family harm a fool? Go see if he's dead. Unexpectedly, upon opening the door, they saw Shenlang close at hand. The two maids were scared out of their wits. Shenlang is actually alive? Then they hurriedly ran away. Shenlang was instantly confused. Poisoned? This is not how I remember it. Being a son-in-law in the Su family is not a good thing at all. What should I do? Before he could think further, Shenlang found something in his mind. The next moment, his consciousness reached deep into his mind, and he saw a laptop, which contained several terabytes of data from his previous life. Not only that, Shenlang also discovered his eyes had changed, allowing him to see through objects directly. Shenlang understood this was an X-ray machine, which had fused with him and the missile during the transmigration. Moreover, Shenlang found he could combine the computer and X-ray vision, identifying objects accurately by looking at them. At this moment, someone came, and what caught Shenlang's eyes were the letters 36D. The visitor was Shenlang's wife, Su Chanqian, who was extremely concerned about Shenlang. Shenlang, I heard you can stand up now. I'm so happy. I've been worried sick these days. Dr. Li, please check on him. After the doctor took Shenlang's pulse, he was surprised and said, young Master Shen's body is in good condition, very healthy. This suddenly made Su Chanqian's face contort. How can this be? He was clearly about to. Then she immediately calmed down, forcing tears to flow. Woo, this is really good news, I thought. Little did they know, Shenlang was no longer the fool he once was. Your face changes too quickly. Damn, you really think I'm a fool? Su Chanqian then sent the doctor away. Dr. Li, my husband and I have a few words to exchange. Please leave us. Shenlang, you've truly recovered. I'm really too happy. Truly, the worthy have their own divine protection. I'm just so happy. Shenlang continued to play the fool on the surface, but inwardly thought, this Su Chanqian is nothing like what the original body's memories suggested. Clearly a bitch. The original owner's memories were beautified. Was it her who poisoned me? Is she here to silence me now? Su Chanqian sighed, and continued to speak tactfully. These days, your parents have been missing and worrying about you terribly. They've come to our house multiple times, wanting to take you back. Your mother even knelt in front of me, begging us to return you to her. Truly a pitiful reflection of a parent's heart. Shenlang detected the underlying message in Su Chanqian's words. So she wants to drive me away, but I'm just a fool. How could I possibly understand the hint? Su Chanqian suddenly realized, this Shenlang really is a fool, can't understand human speech. What to do? Just then, the door was kicked open, and a man walked in, speaking bluntly. This is an idiot. You're speaking so tactfully to him. How could he possibly understand? The man approached Su Chanqian and kissed her, then pointed at Shenlang, indicating, Su Chanqian is now my fiancé. You, the fool, have occupied this position for too long. Now hurry up and roll back to your country doghouse. Shenlang felt numb inside. Could it be that I'm facing a breakup? Initially, it was just Su Chanqian's serious illness, finding a fool to ward off the misfortune. Now that they've used me, they discard me. These past few months, Su Chanqian played the role of a gentle and graceful lady perfectly. Su Chanqian suddenly sat beside Shenlang, speaking pitifully. Shenlang, I'm sorry. You are kind, but we are not suitable for each other. Shenlang was speechless. Damn, giving me the nice guy card at this time. But looking at the situation, I definitely can't stay. Well, it's over. A mere merchant family doesn't meet my goal of living off a wealthy wife. Besides, now that I have this cheat, the world outside is like the vast sea where fish leap and the sky where birds fly. After pondering for a moment, Shenlang readily agreed. Okay, I'll go home. Zhang Ji, hearing this, pulled Su Chanqian away. Leave the Su family within half an hour or face the consequences. consequences. Watching them leave, Shenlang didn't feel the slightest loss, but was instead very happy. You Su Qianqian disdain me as useless. I, Shenlang, don't even regard your Su family highly. With my handsome face, only the true noble ladies are my target for living off. At this moment, Shenlang suddenly overheard Zhang Ji and Su Qianqian's conversation. The Zhu family has proposed to the mythical Turtle Count's mansion for Jean Mulan. These two people's statuses are too noble. If they marry first, our wedding will not be as prestigious. The Jean Mulan from the mythical Turtle Count's mansion? Yes, Jean Mulan, who can be called the princess of the mythical Turtle City. Have you seen her? Is she as beautiful and skilled in martial arts as the rumors say? This princess is very proud and never attends our gatherings. She comes from a noble family of several hundred years. Of course she's proud. Keep the proposal matter a secret. Don't mention it to anyone. I understand. These words reached Shenlang's ears, and he immediately found his new target for living off a wealthy woman. That's right, the powerful and influential single ladies within hundreds of miles. Jean Mulan, it's you. As for the Su family, just you wait. Once the time came, he was driven out. To cleanse the Su family of the scandal of Su Qianqian's broken engagement, they pinned all the blame on Shenlang. How audacious, Shenlang. A poor lad like you married into our Su family, and we treated you well, but you were ungrateful, not only stealing money from the house multiple times, but also harassing our maids. By rights, you should be beaten to death, but the master is merciful and spared your life, annulled the marriage between you and the young lady, and expelled you from the Su family immediately. Shenlang was indifferent, and even narcissistically checked himself in the mirror. Good thing I protected my face. It would be over if my face was ruined. Now he decided to go home first. Meanwhile, inside the Su mansion, someone silently watched Shenlang leave, and then asked the butler, "Is everything arranged?" "Arranged." Su Qianqian, still worried about her reputation, asked her father, "Father, wasn't today's action too blatant? Will it affect my reputation?" Su family head, Su Guangyun, helplessly said, "There's no other way. Only by doing this can young master Zhang Ji be pleased. He is the best match you could hope for." Su Qianqian, knowing the importance of the situation, didn't say anything further. On his way home at night, Shenlang was suddenly stopped by a group of strong men. "Young Master Shen, please come with us." Knowing he couldn't resist, Shenlang let them take him away. "I knew they wouldn't let me go." The next second, his eyes were covered and his mouth and nose were blocked. Kidnapped by several robbers. After walking for a while, they suddenly stopped, and the robbers brought Shenlang in front of a hole that had been dug in advance. Shenlang was stunned. "Damn, are they planning to bury me alive? That's too cruel." At that moment, the boss of the robbers came out. "Please escort young Master Shen into the hole. Remember to light candles and offer incense afterward, so young Master Shen's departure isn't too miserable." Shenlang was speechless. Being buried alive, whether you light incense or not, my departure, Shenlang, is going to be miserable. Suddenly, Shenlang realized, wait, this person, the original owner, has memories of him. I remember now. He is Tianheng, a notorious underworld leader within 100 miles, ruthless and merciless, with countless souls on his hands. At the same time, through his X-ray vision, Shenlang discovered a silver needle had been inserted into his body. Tianheng noticed Shenlang's odd gaze and removed the cloth from his mouth. "What are you looking at? There's a needle in your body. If not removed, it could endanger your life. That needle is currently in the large artery of your lungs, moving with your blood. Once it enters your brain, death is certain." The crowd exchanged puzzled looks upon hearing this, and Tianheng was stunned. "Even my wife doesn't know about this. How could this pretty boy know? They say you're a fool, but it doesn't seem like it." And Shenlang made it clear, "I can help you take it out." Tianheng then said, "The condition is to spare your life, right? Don't you want to know who sent me to kill you?" Shenlang disdainfully replied, "I don't need to ask to know who it is." Unexpectedly, Tianheng mocked with a laugh. "Sorry, I can't let you go." Shenlang was confused. Strange. Doesn't he want to live? Could it be that he willingly had someone implant it? What happened to the awesome cheat? It's useless. Tianheng told him, 3 months ago, your brother borrowed 5 gold coins from my store to pay a doctor to treat your father. Now, with interest compounded, it's 100 gold coins. I'm burying you alive because your family can't repay this debt. It has nothing to do with anyone else. Do you understand? This made Shenlang immediately recall what happened 3 months ago. At that time, he had just married into the Su family, and his father made a scene at the Su household, wanting to take Shenlang back home, but he was driven out by the Su family's servants. My father must have been injured by the Su family's servants at that time. The original owner of this body is beyond help, falling for a woman like Su Qianqian and neglecting his own parents. It seems I need to find another way to escape. Then Tianheng said, "Of course, to make it look real, we'll demolish your house and deal with your brother and parents as well. But since we have no grudges, I'll give you a quick death before burying you. Go ahead." Just as Tianheng's men were about to deliver the final blow to Shenlang, Shenlang quickly shouted, "Tenfold, 1,000 gold coins." The knife headed for his neck stopped. "Within 10 days, I'll give you 1,000 gold coins." Tianheng's men looked at their boss, unsure of what to do. Tianheng coldly stated, 3 days. I can only give you 3 days. This, however, made Shenlang realize, 3 days? Why so urgent? It seems he was promised 100 gold coins by the Su family just to kill me. Shenlang, within 3 days. He didn't believe a word of what Tianheng said before, but verbally, Shenlang still agreed. Okay, it's a deal. Tianheng ordered his men to release him. Let him go. Draw up a document for him. His men reluctantly responded. Boss, we didn't bring those. Shenlang gestured. No need for those. Then he tore off a piece of his clothing, bit his finger, and directly wrote the agreement in blood. Tianheng, seeing this, thought it was a bit absurd. Is this decisive and efficient Shenlang really that intelligence-challenged waste? Finally, Tianheng issued a warning. Remember, deliver 1,000 gold coins within 3 days, or I'll kill your entire family. 13, 14. You two escort young Master Shen home and stay with him for these 3 days. On the way home, Shenlang quickly thought of a way to earn 1,000 gold coins. In this world, martial arts are highly valued. Even the small village where the Shen family lives has a stone fortress. There are about 20 militiamen in the fortress, guarding the safety of the village. Most villagers live by the river. Only the Shen family, having moved here a decade ago, resides away from the village, isolated on a hillside, because they are outsiders and have never been fully integrated into the community. Soon after arriving home, Shenlang's father, who is seriously ill, still thought of going to the Su family to bring Shenlang back, fearing that Shenlang was being bullied at the Su family's house. Seeing this, Shenlang's mother was heartbroken. Old man, you've been coughing up blood. Please stay in bed. Tomorrow, I'll go to the Su family to demand Shenlang back. If they refuse, I'll just die at the Su family's gate. My Shenlang, he has never suffered since he was a child. Now that he's at the Su family's, who knows how much he's been bullied. His younger brother was even willing to risk his life to bring Shenlang back home, but his legs had been broken. Dad, Mom, don't worry. I'll make myself a pair of crutches right now and go to the Su family tomorrow to fetch my brother. I'm willing to risk my life. Hearing all this, Shenlang immediately opened the door and knelt down before them, giving them a deep bow. Dad, Mom, your son has been unfilial. I've come back. Seeing Shenlang, his family was overjoyed. Shenlang, is it really you? You've come back. Am I dreaming? I thought I would never see you again. Then, Shenlang apologized to his mother and father, one by one. I know my mistake. I will never go to the Su family again. His mother, overjoyed, hugged Shenlang. My son has really grown up. Shenlang hugged his mother, feeling guilty inside. It turns out just saying I won't go to the Su family anymore is enough to be considered sensible. They really spoil Shenlang too much. The previous Shenlang was really not good enough. At the same time, they noticed Shenlang seemed different, his eyes clearer and more spirited. His younger brother guessed that Shenlang had been kicked out by the Su family, while their mother thought it was a good thing, and she could arrange a marriage for Shenlang, perhaps with Widow Lu from the village. Shenlang was speechless. Dad, Mom, let's not think about these things for now. I'm not lacking a wife. Let's not talk about this. Dad, let me check your illness. He used his X-ray vision to examine his father, noticing several broken ribs and severe bleeding in the lungs. But decades of medical experience from his past life, Shenlang immediately had a solution. The first step should be to drain the blood clot in the lungs, then use antibacterial herbs to reduce inflammation. Finally, use nourishing herbs to restore vitality. He should recover in a few months. With this approach, Dad's illness will definitely be cured. Then, Shenlang looked at his brother's broken leg, and after using X-ray vision, he sighed in relief. The injury has started to inflame. Delaying further could cause serious problems. Luckily, the bone break is clean and hasn't damaged any major blood vessels. His brother, not wanting Shenlang to worry, said, Brother, you're not worried about our family not having enough for a dowry, are you? Don't worry. After lying down for 10 days to half a month and becoming a cripple, I'll go to the mythical Turtle City to scam money by throwing myself under carriages to extort money. This made Shenlang facepalm. I thought only the old folks were crazy about spoiling their son. I didn't expect you, my brother, to also risk your life to spoil your older brother. This is not a good trend at all. Then Shenlang flicked his brother. Scamming people? If you don't get that leg treated soon, you're done for. When did you get injured? The day before yesterday. I tried to go to the Su family to check on you, but I didn't even make it through the door. On the way back, I was ambushed, but thanks to my heroic counterattack, only my leg was broken. That Su family is really ruthless. They're no good. It's okay. I can heal it. The next day, Shenlang spent the entire day gathering enough herbs. After returning home, he set up a makeshift operating table and began treating his father. Thanks to Shenlang's superb medical skills, the surgery was very successful. This operation amazed Shenlang's mother and the rest, especially his mother. My son is so capable. We won't consider marrying Widow Lu anymore. His father agreed. Yes, a person like your son should aim for the world. In the future, we'll open a clinic to save enough money and then marry the village chief's daughter. Shenlang had seen the village chief's daughter and was terrified. Mom, can you broaden your horizons a bit? Mom, let's not talk about this. I feel a bit dizzy. I'm going to step outside for some fresh air. Outside, Shenlang was warned by Tian 13. Your family seems really happy, but you only have 2 days left. Don't forget, if you can't produce 1,000 gold coins, your entire family will suffer. Shenlang was stunned. With that reminder, there goes my good mood. As soon as he entered, his mother brought a basin of water for him to wash his feet. Shenlang quickly took the basin. I can do it myself. I can do it. His mother looked like she was about to cry. Shenlang, what's wrong? My hands are clean. Didn't you used to love having me wash your feet? Shenlang, feeling helpless, was it seems like the fool Shenlang Lang always had his mother wash his feet? If she thinks I've become accustomed to a life of luxury at the Su family and looked down on her, how heartbroken she would be. Well, then he put his feet into the basin, enjoying the care from his family in this life. I never thought in this life I would find such a loving family. From now on, you are my real parents, my real brother, the useless Shen Lang. Whatever I owed dad, mom, and brother before, I will repay with my whole life. But the immediate task is to get through the current crisis. The next day, someone knocked on Shen Lang's door. Tian 13 and Tian 14 came over. It's urgent. Time to make money. Shen Lang, what's wrong? To avoid worrying his mother, Shen Lang said, Mom, it's nothing, just two of my friends. Shen's mother warmly invited them. If you're Shen Lang's friends, come in and have some porridge with us. And they cooperated with Shen Lang, pretending to be his friends. No need, we've already eaten. Thank you, ma'am. Seeing this, Shen Lang was bewildered. Why are you, Tian 13, suddenly so sunny and enthusiastic? Shen Lang then prepared an excuse to leave home to make money. Mom, I'm going to the city with friends. I heard there's a very impressive teacher at the school. Worried Shen Lang might get hungry, Shen Lang's mother gave him the last egg before he left. Eat this if you're hungry. Shen Lang felt conflicted. Me, eat an egg? Aren't there only 2 eggs for the whole day? Those 2 are patience. Mom being so partial could cause problems. Later, on the way to the mythical turtle city, Shen Lang and his companions unexpectedly ran into 2 people. 13 seemed to know them. Uncle, why don't you visit our house? My dad misses you. He was just saying yesterday you hadn't come over for tea. Even though you owe our family a bit of money, please don't be a stranger. You and my dad are like brothers, not just friends. The man broke out in cold sweat. I'll go tomorrow. I'll be there tomorrow. Unexpectedly, the next second, 13 grimly pulled them aside. Uncle, my dad said you don't have to pay back the money you owe our family. That's very kind. Too kind. You and my father have been friends for over a decade, as close as brothers. What's this bit of money between us? I used to eat at your house every other day when I was a kid. Then he led them towards some bushes, and not long after, 13 came back alone. 14, tell the brothers to come and take care of these 2 bodies. Shen Lang's pupils contracted sharply. Is this how you kill them? On the journey that followed, Shen Lang also learned they had originally borrowed just 3 gold coins, but with compounded interest, it grew to 25 gold coins which they could no longer repay. Moreover, one of them had a friendship of over 10 years with 13's father. 13 was also warning Shen Lang that he would not show mercy. Shen Lang, I know you are stalling for time. Thinking of making 1,000 gold coins in 2 days is utterly a fool's dream. Why don't I put you out of your misery now and not waste my 2 days? How about it? 1,000 gold coins might be the savings of hundreds of families over decades. For an ordinary poor boy, earning so much in 2 days is indeed unlikely. Yet, Shen Lang declared, but I am not an ordinary person. I don't need 2 days. Today is enough. Within 3 hours, I will earn those 1,000 gold coins. Mythical Turtle City is one of the 8 cities in New River County, overseeing 25 towns with a population exceeding 250,000, of which over 30,000 reside within the city itself. The city walls of Mythical Turtle City are 12 meters high with a perimeter of 10 miles, patrolled by armored soldiers, within sight of which one could see over 100 military men. Soon, Shen Lang and another arrived at the busiest commercial street in Mythical Turtle City and stopped in front of a loft building. In front of the loft, there were the words Brocade and Embroidery Pavilion written. Shen Lang's money-making plan started here, which was also the beginning of his revenge against the Su family. Similar to the Su family, the Lin family of the Brocade and Embroidery Pavilion also dealt in silk and fabric, but was slightly smaller in scale. However, the Lin family was also a well-known wealthy family in Mythical Turtle City. Most importantly, this Lin family was the Su family's competitor. Shen Lang immediately said to the servant, tell your master, I want to make a big deal with the Lin family, which could make him earn at least 5,000 gold coins more every year. The servant looked at them with a mocking expression. 5,000 gold coins? Are you joking, sir? At this moment, 13 stepped forward. I am Tian 13 from the Black Clothes Gang. Please summon the Lin family head to discuss a business matter. Seeing this, the servant could only hurry to let them in. Inside the hall, the person in charge was Lin Ma, the owner of the Brocade and Embroidery Pavilion. Do the 2 of you have a big business to discuss with me? Shen Lang got straight to the point. Yes, a big business that can make at least 5,000 gold coins more for Manager Lin each year. I have a formula to sell to Boss Lin for 2,000 gold coins. Upon hearing the price, the Lin family head ordered the servant to see the guests out. Lin's time is precious. I don't have the leisure to waste it with honored guests. Show them out. At the same time, even 13 was furious. Is this the business you wanted to discuss? Shen Lang, 1,000 gold coins were already absurd, and you even dared to ask for 2,000 gold coins. I must be crazy to have brought you to the Brocade and Embroidery Pavilion. You're seeking death. But at that moment, Shen Lang took out a piece of golden fabric. Boss Lin, look at the color on this silk. Is it worth 2,000 gold coins? After the Lin family head examined it in his hands, his face was immediately shocked. How is this possible? It's golden yellow. How can this be? What made the Su family prosperous? It's because their silk is so brilliantly yellow that it is exclusively supplied to the sovereign. Manager Lin, imagine what would happen if you presented this perfect golden yellow silk to the sovereign sovereign-weaving bureau. The Su family would be swept into the dustbin of history, and your Lin family would become the new wealthiest in mythical Turtle City. Lin Ma scrutinized the golden silk in his hand. But how can I believe that you created this dye? It's entirely possible that you just found this piece of silk. I've brought the materials with me. Give me an hour, and I will produce this golden yellow dye for you, guaranteed to be even better than last night. Good. I'll allocate the entire backyard to you. Ask for anything you need, as long as you can produce this dye on the spot, proving the formula is indeed yours. Then we have a deal. 2,000 gold coins. No bargaining. 13, standing behind, was astonished. You can actually take revenge on the Su family and earn gold coins at the same time. Yesterday, when Shenlang was concocting herbal medicine, he had already incidentally produced the golden yellow dye. The process is actually quite simple. Boil Sephora japonica to extract the yellow juice, add alum, and continue boiling. Then the yellow turns into a bright, noble, shiny, and glittering golden color, and the dye is made. The yellow dye made from gardenia in this world is pale and not as bright compared to Shenlang's. It's worlds apart. 2 hours later, Shenlang emerged from the brewing room with the dazzling golden silk in his hands. The Lin family head was truly shocked and immediately prepared a box of gold coins. The money is here. Where's your formula? Shenlang handed the formula to the Lin family head. Here's the formula. I wish you, Boss Lin, an early victory over the Su family and take their place. Then, Lin Ma personally took the formula for verification. Just an hour later, the golden yellow dye was produced. Shenlang was about to say goodbye when a loud shout came. How dare you, Shenlang? The head of the Su family walked in. You actually dare to sell my Su family's secret formula? Shenlang was instantly stunned and immediately turned his gaze to the Lin family head. The Lin family head did not deny it, merely stating lightly, sorry, young Master Shen, my son is studying at the Southern Sky Martial Arts Academy. The Su family's son-in-law, Zhang Ji, is the guard commander of mythical Turtle City, and his father is even the prefect of New River County. Shenlang's face turned dark immediately. So, your Lin family intends to use me as a favor in exchange for your son's success in exams, being able to gain favor and then do business with the Su family later on. What a clever plan. The head of the Su family, with red eyes, shouted, worthless Shenlang, you loafed around in my Su family, flirted with the maids, and even dared to steal our newly developed formula, which cost us a fortune. Such a despicable character I have never seen before. Su Chanshan also spoke with tears streaming down her face. Shenlang, I am so disappointed in you. If you really were in need of money, you could have just told me. Why did you have to do this? At this moment, they completely appeared as victims, and the Su family even reported the matter to the authorities. Esteemed officials, today Shenlang stole our Su family's dye formula and attempted to sell it, nearly causing significant losses to our Su family. Please, officials, do justice for us. Su Chanshan continued to pretentiously defend Shenlang. Father, please don't do this. Give Shenlang another chance. Shenlang, tell the officials whether this new dye formula is something you stole, because you couldn't accept being abandoned by me. You committed this act. If you confess now, we can overlook it, considering you were just confused for a moment. Shenlang, with a grim expression, thought to himself, if I confess now, your Su family, for the sake of saving face, might indeed not harm me on the spot. But, you underestimate me, Shenlang. Immediately, Shenlang burst into laughter and challenged the head of the Su family. You claim that this golden yellow dye is stolen, but what evidence do you have? You, Shenlang, are nothing but an ignorant good-for-nothing. How could you possibly develop a dye formula while my Su family has been immersed in the silk industry for decades, always improving yellow dye? What do you say? Ha, so you're saying you also have no evidence, right? Thus, Shenlang proposed a live competition. Esteemed officials, if I can produce an even better golden yellow dye right here, won't the truth be revealed? Su Chanshan continued pretentiously, although you stole the formula from my house, you're too amateurish. So, with just a little more seriousness, it's completely possible to create something better than before. Shenlang smiled. Then we won't just compare yellow, we'll compare purple as well. In this world, the most difficult color to dye isn't yellow, but purple. Purple dye needs to be extracted from dye mollusks and sea snails, requiring 300 of them for just 1 gram of dye. At this time, the Great Flame Dynasty hasn't even mastered extracting purple from sea mollusks and snails, using a mix of red and blue dyes instead. Thus, the dyeing effect is very poor, not only uneven in color but also dull, poor in quality, and easily fades. Therefore, purple dye has become an insurmountable challenge in the silk world of this era. Shenlang continued to provoke. I, Shenlang, am alone and without money, so I can only use the simplest and most cost-effective method to make purple dye, but your Su family can use the strength of your entire family. You wouldn't be scared, would you? Under Shenlang's provocation, the Su family agreed. If you can produce a better purple dye, then my Su family will have nothing to say. Ha, what do you mean nothing to say? At that time, the head of the Su family will have to apologize to me. Alright, let's limit it to 3 hours. In 3 hours, we will see who is superior, and the truth will be revealed. I also asked the officials to bear witness. Subsequently, Shenlang re-entered the backyard and started processing the litmus lichens he had prepared in advance. After crushing the litmus lichens and boiling them with ash and urine, he could could obtain the most vibrant and dazzling purple. But what Shenlang was going to do now was not just purple dye. He was also going to produce another thing that surpasses the cognition of this era. Watch me use something unprecedented in this world to grind the Su family's silk into dust. As time slowly passed, 3 hours went by. The Su family was already displaying their purple silk. The craftsman introduced, "Master, Miss, this is our new purple dye, not made by mixing red and blue anymore, but extracted from a type of purple grass." This surprised everyone. Amazing, the color of this fabric is purer and brighter. It's a qualitative leap. Then, Su Chanshan let the craftsman show the golden silk formula to the officials. The craftsman presented the formula. "Esteemed officials, my family has been in the dye business for generations. I've spent a lot of time researching yellow dyes and have experimented with over 100 materials, and Sephora Japonica is among them. Here are my original records." Su Chanshan added her support. "Chief Clerk Wang, this notebook was passed down from craftsman Su's father. Look at the handwriting. Doesn't it look old? It would be hard to fake this." After a while, the officials confirmed that the notebook had existed for many years, and thus believed Shenlang had stolen the formula. Just as they were about to apprehend Shenlang, Shenlang stepped out, glanced at the Su family's purple silk. "The Su family can produce such good purple silk. It seems you do have some foundation. Is this your confidence?" He then presented his purple silk. "Look at my Shenlang's purple." The color made everyone's eyes widen. Unlike the Su family's dull purple silk, Shenlang's silk was bright and vivid. The color was incomparably pure. Shenlang challenged them. "Master Su Chanshan, surely my purple dye wasn't also stolen from your family, right?" This made even Su Chanshan unstable. What's going on with Shenlang? Clearly a good-for-nothing while in the Su family. Why does he suddenly know about dyes now, and to be so skilled? Shenlang then rummaged through his pockets. "Esteemed officials, is it not clear enough that my purple silk has won? Well then, take a look at this." The next moment, a rainbow of colors lit up. Shenlang pulled out his trump card. Rainbow silk. This was created by a segmented dyeing method, dyeing red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and purple on the same piece of silk, resulting in a stunning silk. Officials immediately came to Shenlang, took the rainbow silk for examination, and let out exclamations from time to time. "These colors are just too natural, too ingeniously beautiful. How did you do this?" As Shenlang presented the rainbow silk, the Su family head was already lost for words. Shenlang then immediately asked the officials to do him justice. Official Wang Lian hesitated for a moment, then said to the Su family head, "Please confirm, are these purple dye and rainbow silk dyes stolen from the Su family by Shenlang?" However, the Su family head had no face to stay any longer. "Not," and just walked away. Su Chanshan, suppressing her anger, apologized to Shenlang. "Sorry, due to some misunderstandings, we wronged you. Farewell." But she thought to herself, "What's going on with this Wang? How dare he oppose the relative of the county prefect?" After returning, "I must speak to Zhang Ji. We cannot allow any officials who are hostile to the Su family to exist in mythical Turtle City." And that Shenlang, why did he suddenly master so many dyeing techniques? She then turned and left as well. Shenlang dared to challenge the Su family because the young chief clerk before him had a grudge against Zhang Ji. 3 years ago, when Jean Mulan led a hunting party, they were chasing an injured black bear. In the process, they ended up in front of the mountain behind Shenlang's house where the bear had fled. Shenlang happened to encounter the bear, and Jean Mulan saved his life by killing the bear and took the injured Shenlang back to her home. Not only did Jean Mulan send people to treat Shenlang's head injury, but she also visited him personally because he was injured during her hunting expedition. At that time, Wang Lian, a distant relative of the count's mansion who had just passed the imperial examinations, admired Jean Mulan deeply. To gain Jean Mulan's favor, he personally taught Shenlang. However, during the teaching period, he never saw Jean Mulan again, which thwarted his plans to get closer to her. Fortunately, Wang Lian often cursed Zhang Ji while teaching, which is why Shenlang dared to take such a risk today. But the current Wang chief clerk doesn't seem to like him much either. The chief clerk also remembered Shenlang, but wasn't very close to him and ignored him completely. Seeing this, Shenlang knew the chief clerk looked down on him. "Ha, since you, Wang, look down on me, then becoming your rival in love will be without any burden for me. Now that Wang chief clerk will definitely not help me, and the Su family surely has other plans. I am walking on thin ice, and one wrong step could lead to my doom. But if my next plan goes smoothly, I will surely be able to completely turn the situation around, even rising above thousands." After Shenlang left the brocade and embroidery pavilion, Su Chanshan appeared before him. Her expression revealed sadness. "Shenlang, I underestimated you before. I didn't expect you to learn dyeing from me. You really put in the effort. Why didn't you say so before?" "Shenlang, you can come back as an offering, 10 gold coins every month." Shenlang was speechless. "You, Su Chanshan, are too narcissistic. Do you think I, Shenlang, would learn dyeing for you?" But the foolish Shenlang before might indeed have done such a thing. "As long as you hand over the purple and rainbow dye formulas, I can prepare the best dyeing room for you. You can devote yourself to the dyeing craft and become an outstanding artisan. Don't you love me? Aren't you willing to do everything for me? This way, you can help me." Shenlang completely ignored Su Chanshan. "I could despise and trample on you, but you would adore adore me as usual. When Shenlang is useless, he's kicked out, but when useful, hurried back to be a beast of burden. What kind of bitch a persona is this? Unexpectedly, Su Chanqian's next words questioned Shenlang. Don't forget, you still owe Tianheng 1,000 gold coins. Shenlang's pupils constricted. How do you know about the 1,000 gold coins? If the Su family doesn't see the purple and rainbow dye formulas before dark today, Shenlang, you know what'll happen. Shenlang knew trouble was brewing. Tianheng has already told the Su family everything. Even if I hand over 1,000 gold coins, it's meaningless. The Black Clothes Gang and the Su family will definitely make their move tonight, threatening me with the lives of my parents and brother to hand over the formulas. And even if I did, unless I spend my life as a servant for the Su family, my family won't have peace. I must solve this problem once and for all. At that moment, a burst of intense hoofbeats suddenly came from behind. Shenlang squeezed through the crowd to see a cavalry troop approaching. Shenlang became excited. That's the cavalry led by Jean Mulan. Upon seeing Jean Mulan, Shenlang felt moved and stepped forward. Wife, you saved me once 3 years ago. How about saving me again and then taking me home? The galloping horse brushed past Shenlang, but the force knocked him flying. Seeing that she had hit someone, Jean Mulan immediately dismounted and approached Shenlang. Astonished by Shenlang's appearance, she exclaimed, what a handsome man, and he seems somewhat familiar. She placed her jade hand near Shenlang's nostrils to check his breathing. His breathing is steady. It seems the injury is not too severe. Then, the kind-hearted Jean Mulan ordered, take him back to the Count's mansion for treatment. We cannot let innocent civilians die under our hooves. Shenlang, hearing this, sighed in relief. Shenlang, the moment to decide your fate has arrived. Whether you can save the Shen family, eliminate the Su family and Tianheng, and enjoy a life of luxury and honor depends on your performance from now on. The mythical Turtle Count's mansion is not located within the city but in a castle estate about 20 miles away from the mythical Turtle City. The Su family is wealthy, but compared to the estate of the mythical Turtle Count's mansion, their residence is nothing. After all, the Jean family of the mythical Turtle Count has been a noble family for centuries, with lands once spanning over 5,000 square kilometers. The scene shifts to the mythical Turtle Count's mansion. Inside the Count's mansion's council hall, Jean Mulan, dressed in casual attire, pays respects to her parents. The two people on the stage are Jean Mulan's parents, mythical Turtle Count Jean Zhua and mythical Turtle Countess Su Peipei. Mythical Turtle Count Jean Zhua asks, Jean Mulan has returned. How was the martial demonstration? Princess Jean Mulan of the mythical Turtle Count's mansion says with a fist salute, Father, the martial demonstration went well. We did not disgrace the Jean family. However, their family is in a precarious situation. Jean Mulan's brother is not up to the task. The Yu Kingdom has begun to strip the nobility of their military rights. Jean Mulan responds, please rest assured, Father, with your daughter here, our mythical Turtle Count's mansion will not fall. I will remain unmarried for life, stay at home to assist my brother, and protect our Jean family's century-old foundation. Father Jean sighs, alas, but unfortunately, your brother Jean Mutsong is incompetent. At this moment, a servant comes to report, Master, there is someone asking to see you. It's the young man Miss brought back today, saying he has urgent matters to report to the Count about Miss's marriage. This piques Father Jin's interest. I heard Jean Mulan's cavalry injured a young man. Could it be him? And it's about a marriage? Bring him to see me. A moment later, Shenlang was brought into the hall. After paying his respects to Father Jean, he got straight to the point. I have heard that the Zhu family wishes to propose a marriage. Zhu Hongxue wants to marry Miss Jean Mulan. As soon as he spoke, both Jean Mulan and Father Jin's expressions changed dramatically. The Zhu family is a top-tier power in the Yu Kingdom, not only related by marriage to the sovereign but also the family of the governor of the province of the Southern Journey and the general pacifying the South. Father Jean questioned Shenlang. This matter is confidential. Even I was unaware. How did you come to know of it? Shenlang responded, previously, I was a live-in son-in-law at the Su family. Su Chanqian and her new fiancé Zhang Ji thought of me as a fool, so they discussed this matter without any guard. At the same time, a servant informed Father Jean about Shenlang's background. Just 2 days ago, the live-in son-in-law Shenlang was caught stealing family valuables and harassing maids, which is why he was expelled from the Su family. Hearing this, Father Jean became skeptical. This young man's theft and harassment might be false, but his entry into the Su family purely out of vanity and his being a lazy good-for-nothing who relies on his looks are likely true. However, there's no time to lecture him now. It's better to first verify the truth of this intelligence. So, Father Jean ordered someone to investigate. He immediately dispatched several teams to scout along all the official roads, and if anyone from the Zhu family was spotted, they were to report back immediately. Although Father Jean had a poor impression of Shenlang, he still said, Young man, I don't think highly of you, but the information you've provided is extremely important. I will surely reward you handsomely. Tell me, what do you want? As long as it doesn't violate national laws or morals, I can grant it. Shenlang's opinion of the Count improved instantly. That's generous. Even before verifying the information, you're promising a big reward, allowing me to ask for anything. This means just one word from me, and the Su family wouldn't dare touch me. Moreover, I could cause them quite some trouble, but what What I want isn't just for them not to dare touch me. What I really want is. At this point, Shenlang knelt with a fist salute. Count, please allow me to stay at the Count's mansion and give me a job. Of course, Shenlang didn't actually want to work. He wanted the opportunity to get close to Jean Mulan. As long as he could stay at the Count's mansion, he could find a way to get close to Jean Mulan, then attract the goddess with his performance, and finally marry the goddess. Father Jean turned and agreed. From now on, you will study with the Crown Prince. Your parents may have spoiled you, but we at the Count's mansion will not. We will surely polish you into a talented individual. At that moment, a subordinate ran over in a panic. Master, there's big trouble. The Zhu family's pacify the South General Zhu Lin arrived at New River City last night and is now heading towards mythical Turtle City. Everyone was shocked upon hearing this, especially Shenlang, who was particularly astonished. How could the Zhu family act so quickly? Shenlang, need time to make an impression and be noticed. Now, forget half a month, not even 3 days are left. No, perhaps not even 1 day. I might only have 2 to 3 hours left and my goddess might belong to someone else. The Zhu family, being such a massive entity, was not one that their Count's mansion could afford to offend. In other words, they couldn't refuse the proposal. Jean Mulan thought of disfiguring herself to make the Zhu family give up the idea of proposing. Father Jean snatched away the knife. I am to protect our family's century-old foundation, but first and foremost, I must protect my own daughter. And even if you disfigured yourself, the Zhu family would still propose to you, unless the daughter gets married today, taking in a husband through marriage, making it impossible for the Zhu family to proceed. However, Father Jean was still reluctant to sacrifice his daughter's happiness. Mulan, Zhu Hongxue is also promising and would be an excellent husband. I cannot sacrifice your happiness for the sake of family interests. Would you reconsider? Jean Mulan knelt down. Father, contributing to the family is my greatest happiness. My brother surely won't be able to keep our ancestral legacy, so I will not marry out. Seeing this, Father Jean sighed deeply and agreed to the marriage. Writing down 5 names, he ordered his men to invite these individuals to the mansion for Jean Mulan to choose from. Shenlang, eager not to let his goddess fall into someone else's arms, quickly said, Count, Miss Mulan, may I join the competition? Then, Shenlang stepped forward to Jean Mulan and told her passionately, Miss Mulan, I also want to marry you. This made Father Jean quite angry. What's this fool joining in the fun for? Mother Jean quickly comforted her husband. Husband, don't be angry. We've heard this Shenlang is not all there mentally, and he's just a child. Why should we stoop to his level? Someone, send this wastrel back home and give him 10 gold coins, but remember to give them to his parents, not him. We'll send for him tomorrow to come to the mansion for study and discipline. Unexpectedly, Jean Mulan's eyes lit up. Second fool, it's you. Shenlang was confused. Second fool? What's that? It turned out that Shenlang had a nickname in the village called Second Fool, simply because there was also a big fool in the village, making them the fool duo. After Jean Mulan had run into Shenlang, the name she learned about him was Second Fool. Since then, Jean Mulan looked at him as if he were a child. Recent events had left Mulan disillusioned with the adult world's deceit and appreciative of children's innocence. This led Jean Mulan to view Shenlang with a childlike innocence and agree to let him participate in the competition for her suitor. Seeing this, Father Jean didn't say much more. What am I worried about? Mulan is just being kind-hearted by including him on the list. It's impossible for her to choose him. Why am I getting worked up over nothing? But Shenlang was full of confidence. Second fool it is then. As long as Jean Mulan remembers me, getting on the list of suitors is the first step to victory. Now it's my time, Shenlang, to sweep the board. 2 hours later, 6 men were brought into 6 different study rooms to be personally interviewed by Jean Mulan for selection. Time pressing, Jean Mulan wanted to finalize the choice by noon and then get married that evening, and the first candidate was none other than Chief Clerk Wang Lian. At this moment, he was brimming with excitement. Here it comes. Soon, I will become Mulan's husband. Soon, I will share a bed with this incredibly beautiful body. Wang Lian had known Jean Mulan for over a decade and, as a literate man of achievements, was considered a leading candidate among the suitors. Enchanted by Jean Mulan since childhood, he gave up his focus on home studies for the imperial examinations to run all the way to New River County to become a chief clerk, all for the sake of being closer to her. Jean Mulan asked, Wang Lian, what can you bring to me in the future? Thinking to himself that he understood Mulan well, especially her valuing the century-old foundation of the Count's mansion, Wang Lian confidently said, after we marry, I will go on to pass the imperial examinations. From then on, with you handling military affairs and me in charge of the civil side, we will surely make the mythical Turtle Count's mansion even more prosperous and ensure the Jean family's legacy flourishes and is passed down through generations. Jean Mulan didn't say much in response, only offering a thank you, cousin, before turning and leaving. Afterward, Jean Mulan posed the same question to the other 4 men. The answers she received were more or less similar to Wang Lian's. After hearing from 5 candidates, Jean Mulan went to Shenlang's room last. She asked him the same question. Shenlang, if you were to join the Count's mansion, what could you bring to me in the future? What can I bring? That would be a lot. First off, my eyes are quite sharp. Mulan, if your training causes a blockage in your meridians, I know where to unblock them. I can also improve the Count's mansion's steel smelting level and enhance the Jin family's private army's armament level. I could even be a part-time gynecologist. If Mulan, you have pain during those days of the month, I can help treat it. But these things, while possibly interesting to Jean Mulan, couldn't truly move her. However, the next moment, Shenlang said word by word, "What I can give you is freedom. You can do anything as long as you don't steal men." The conservative Jean Mulan, upon hearing such a thing as stealing men, was both embarrassed and angry, furiously scolding, "Truly a second fool, without a bit of sense." Little did she know, Shenlang's lips curled up in a smile. "Not a bit of cleverness. My titanium alloy dog eyes have seen through your little schemes. Don't underestimate your future husband." Afterward, Jean Mulan returned to the hall to inform her parents. "Father, Mother, I have made my choice." Father Jean and Mother Jean were very relieved. It hasn't even been a quarter of an hour. So fast. Mulan wouldn't make a rash decision. Who is it? Wang Lian or Moi? Once the choice is made, I will immediately dispatch dozens of teams to spread the wedding invitations, and the wedding will be tonight. Under their expectant gaze, Jean Mulan took a moment, then with a slight blush on her face, said, "The husband I have chosen is Shenlang." This statement infuriated Father Jean. "Mulan, have you lost your mind? With so many outstanding candidates, you chose Shenlang?" Jean Mulan calmly stated her reasons. "Father, the 3 young men from our Count's mansion are my subordinates, and I definitely cannot accept them, and while Wang Lian and Moi are outstanding, one says he wants to compliment me in literature and martial arts to manage the Count's mansion, and the other claims his martial prowess is unparalleled and wants to lead the Count's mansion's army to conquer far and wide, earning great merit." Father Jean puzzledly asked, "Mulan, isn't that very good? If Father is around, then of course there wouldn't be a problem. But what if one day you are not here and my husband harbors ambitions for the Count's mansion's power? What then for me? What about my brother?" Shenlang gave me hope. His answer was to give me freedom, to do anything as long as I don't steal another man. With him as my husband, our Jean family's legacy will surely be secure. Please, Father, give your consent. Countess still feels that Shenlang's reputation is too poor. Yet Mulan thinks this is even better. If I marry too well, the Zhu family will certainly not rest easy. But if I marry a man with a notorious reputation, they will only gloat. Besides, Shenlang is also so handsome. Despite this, the parents still feel they have let their daughter down, but they are helpless. Jean Zhua is even more furious, punching the walls, blaming that unfilial son for not being ambitious enough. Merely punching the wall is not enough to vent his anger, so he orders someone to bring a whip, intending to take out his frustration on his own son immediately, and Countess doesn't stop him, even wanting to join in the beating. At this moment, Shenlang also receives a message from Jin Zhong. "Master Shen, please come to the guest room with me. I will go to fetch your family shortly." He can't help but smirk. "I've finally become another undesirable son-in-law. Su family, Black Clothes Gang, wait for my revenge. If I don't bring your family to ruin, my surname isn't Shen. But the most pressing matter is to first bring over his parents and brother." Shenlang stops Jin Zhong. "Steward Jin, can you fetch my parents as soon as possible? Someone is plotting against my family." Jin Zhong's expression suddenly turns cold. There are actually people in mythical Turtle City who dare to harm Master Shen's family. No matter how unworthy Shenlang may be, he is still our Count's mansion's Master Shen. "Understood. I will ensure your family's safety. Master Shen, please rest well and prepare for the wedding ceremony tonight." Meanwhile, Tianheng orders Tian 13 to capture Shenlang's family. If he agrees to hand over the dye formula, kill them quickly. If not, kill them painfully. The underworld and the righteous paths of mythical Turtle City were both stirred because of Shenlang. People of the righteous path received wedding invitations, while the underworld sought to kill Shenlang's entire family. But they shared one commonality. They did not know Shenlang was to marry Jean Mulan. Thus, when a Jean family suddenly announced Jean Mulan's wedding and proceeded with the ceremony immediately, it caused a stir across mythical Turtle City. Yet it didn't affect Tianheng's actions. Tian 13 led the charge to breach the gates of the Shen family, but the scene inside left them somewhat stunned. The Shen family not only didn't flee, but they also took up arms in resistance. This excited Tian 13 even more. Just as he was about to deliver a deadly blow, he felt a powerful pressure approaching. The terrifying aura immobilized him, and when Tian 13 saw who it was Jin Zhong from mythical Turtle Count's mansion. He was so frightened that he broke out in a cold sweat. Why would someone from the Count's mansion be here? What's their relation to Shenlang? Tian 13 had no choice but to say bravely, "By the order of the city lord, we are arresting those who evade taxes by hiding their lands. All others, leave immediately." Jin Zhong coldly said, "Oh, we wouldn't normally interfere with the city lord's mansion's affairs, but our master has invited Mr. Shen and his family to a wedding. If I don't bring them back, I can't complete my task for my master. Could you please make an exception?" Tian 13 asked. "May I know who your excellency is?" Jin Zhong. Tian 13 immediately lost his nerve. Mythical Turtle Count's mansion's Jin Zhong. Why would he come here? Why would the mythical Turtle Count invite Shenlang's parents to a wedding? They're just a fallen household. Could it be because of Shenlang? What did he do? Reluctantly, Tian 13 had to give way. Since the Count's mansion requests it, I naturally dare not obstruct. I will go back and report to the lord of the city. Jin Zhong then called out, "Thank you, someone carry Mr. Shin, Mrs. Shin, and young Master Shin onto the sedan. Following that, a group of fully armed Jin family soldiers came in and took away Shin Lang's family. Tian 13 could only watch helplessly as the Count's mansion's people took the Shin family away. After Jin Zhong and the others left, Tian 13 nearly couldn't stand up from fear. A subordinate asked puzzledly, Master 13, what's going on? Master 13, we just let their family of 3 go like that? I'm afraid the boss will be furious. Tian 13 turned back and countered, do you know who those people just now were? No, Jin Zhong from mythical Turtle Count's mansion, a trusted follower of Lord Count. All this is Shin Lang's doing. You all better pray that his connection with the Count's mansion isn't deep, otherwise. What? Master 13. Otherwise, everyone might as well go home and say goodbye to their parents, spouses, and children. Let's go back and report to our foster father. If a major incident is about to happen, we need to prepare an escape plan. We work for those people. They can't just abandon us to die. Shin Lang is very cunning. If we want to save ourselves, we need to act fast. Once he makes his move, it'll be too late. Inside the Black Clothes gang, when Tian 13 returned to report, Tian Heng was in a foul mood. He roared, if there's not a good reason, I'll gouge out one of your eyes. Tian 13 hurriedly explained. Jin Zhong from the Count's mansion took Shin Lang's parents and brother away with a dozen soldiers, saying they were going to the Count's mansion for a wedding. A shock went through Tian Heng's heart like lightning. The Count's mansion's daughter is getting married today. I heard they've taken in a son-in-law. Tian 13 was greatly shocked. No, it's impossible. Absolutely impossible. I also find it impossible. How could someone as insignificant as Shin Lang ever be connected to the Count's mansion? Foster father, Shin Lang is extremely cunning and not to be underestimated. Indeed, we need to be proactive about this. I'll head into the city right away. Half an hour later, within the Lin family's secret chamber, the head of the Lin family was shocked upon hearing the news. It's impossible. Absolutely impossible. Shin Lang is notorious for being worthless. Does the Count's mansion have no regard for their reputation? Tian Heng asked. Master Su, did Lord Count mention who the groom is when he suddenly sent out wedding invitations today? The head of the Lin family shook his head. No, but it absolutely cannot be Shin Lang. Even if the sun rose from the west, it wouldn't be possible. I've received an invitation to the wedding tonight. I'll go and see for myself. If the Count's mansion's son-in-law is truly Shin Lang, we better prepare in advance. Tian Heng said, I'll also go, though I don't have an invitation. The mythical Turtle Count surely won't turn away guests and lose face. Meanwhile, inside the mythical Turtle Count's mansion, renowned merchants and high-ranking officials of mythical Turtle City came to witness the ceremony, including Su Chanqian and Zhang Ji. With the arrival of the Count and his wife, the master of ceremonies loudly announced, the groom has arrived. Immediately after, a large red sedan was carried in, and the groom, wearing a mask, slowly stepped out from it. With just a gesture of raising his hand, the expressions of Su Chanqian and others changed dramatically. This familiar figure, they were almost certain it was Shin Lang. As Shin Lang steps toward Jean Mulan, it signifies that from this moment on, he will ascend to a new level. And when Jean Mulan appears, her silver dress perfectly accentuates her stunning figure. The master of ceremonies continues to shout, the auspicious moment has arrived. Bow to heaven and earth to honor the heavenly couple. May your union last forever. Bow to the high hall to honor the parents, whose kindness is as heavy as a mountain and love as deep as the ocean. The couple bows to each other, wishing you a heart that beats as one forever. After the solemn yet brief ceremony, they were about to be led to the bridal chamber, but suddenly, loud laughter interrupts the proceedings. The person is none other than the city lord of mythical Turtle City, Lu Wuyan, Lord Count. Although tradition dictates that the groom reveals his face in the bridal chamber, I am curious to see what kind of exceptional man is worthy of Miss Mulan. Could you satisfy my curiosity? Jin Zhuo was about to refuse, but then another uninvited guest arrives. This person is the leader of the Zhu family who came to propose this time, the general known as Pacify the South, Zhu Lin. Mythical Turtle Count lacks hospitality. You didn't inform me of my niece's wedding. Had I not been in mythical Turtle City on official business, would I have missed it? What kind of young talent is worthy of my niece Mulan? Reveal your face and let us see. At this moment, the guests around them also start to chant for the unveiling. The couple looks at each other and agrees to remove the mask. The next second, Shin Lang takes off his mask, revealing his extraordinary face, prompting a moment of astonishment among those present. Tian Heng's eyes widened suddenly, followed by a chill over his entire body. But the most shocked were Su Chanqian and Zhang Ji. Who is Jean Mulan? And who is Shin Lang? How could the high-standing mythical Turtle Count ever choose a wastrel fool as a son-in-law? And Zhang Ji was driven mad with jealousy. The Jean Mulan, whom even I dared not dream of being with, is actually marrying Shin Lang, this worthless man? Suddenly, Zhang Ji burst into laughter. All eyes in the room turned to him. He pointed at the couple and challenged, Miss Jean Mulan, this wedding of yours is fake, isn't it? That Shin Lang is clearly an idiot who can't even recognize characters. Miss Mulan, how could you possibly fancy such a person? Zhang Ji's words were echoed by Shin Lang's classmate, Yin Xiong. Eager to cling to the Zhang family's coattails, he also stepped forward to accuse. He's not just low in intelligence, he's a complete imbecile. Shin Lang asked Yin Xiong, you say I'm an imbecile, but do you have any evidence? Yin Xiong scoffed, ha, you've You've been studying for 10 years and still can't recognize 1,000 characters. Isn't that evidence enough? Here, I'll write a few characters. If you recognize them, I won't call you an imbecile. If you don't, then you are. How about that? He then commanded someone to bring over brush, ink, paper, and inkstone. With a broad stroke, he wrote down 3 characters, then looked at Shenlang with contempt. If you can recognize these, then you're not an imbecile. Looking at these obscure characters, everyone around expected Shenlang to embarrass himself. Indeed, Shenlang didn't recognize these characters, but let's not forget he had a cheat code, a computer that traveled through time with him, containing dictionaries of all sorts. All he needed to do was to follow the annotations. Shenlang read out the annotations word by word, and even mentioned the origin of each character. After he finished reading, Yanxiong found it hard to accept. This Shenlang is clearly an idiot. How does he know so much? Shenlang then turned to Lord Zhang. Lord Zhang, you are learned and skilled in both letters and arms, and also Yanxiong's teacher. Did I read those 3 characters correctly? Zhang Boyan was silent for a moment, then closed his eyes and answered, you did. At his words, the crowd gasped in astonishment. How is this possible? Shenlang also suggested writing a few characters for Yanxiong to recognize. Then he wrote down several dozen characters on the paper. Yanxiong's eyes almost crossed looking at all those characters, but fortunately, he recognized a few. Then, Yanxiong, looking at the few characters he knew, read them out. I am an idiot. As soon as he finished, he realized he had fallen into Shenlang's trap, and the guests burst into laughter. Even Jean Mulan smiled lightly, as Yanxiong made a fool of himself. His teacher, Zhang Boyan, stood up. It seems Master Shen is quite proficient in obscure characters. I have an ancient steel text here. I wonder if Master Shen could enlighten me. Everyone's spirits were immediately lifted. The student had been embarrassed, and now the teacher was stepping in. Shenlang was fearless. Since Lord Zhang wants to test me, I'll give it a try. As Zhang Boyan wrote down a character, Shenlang and Jean Mulan were silent. Seeing Shenlang silent, Yanxiong jumped out to challenge again. Haha, Shenlang, you don't recognize this character, do you? Shenlang then asked, Lord Zhang, if I'm not mistaken, you also don't know how to pronounce this character, do you? You must have deduced its meaning from the context of the stele, but its pronunciation remains unknown. Right, indeed, but knowing the meaning is more important than the pronunciation, isn't it? Shenlang smiled. It's quite fortunate then. I happen to know how to pronounce it. Thinking to himself, I'll pronounce it however I want. Yanxiong was shocked. Impossible. My teacher said that this character's pronunciation can only be inferred from the context of the stele, so it's impossible for anyone to know how it's pronounced. Seeing Yanxiong so obstinate, Shenlang took the opportunity to make a bet with him. If I know how to pronounce this character and also know its meaning, how about you slap yourself? Yanxiong countered. And what if you don't know or get it wrong? Then I'll slap myself. As soon as the words fell, Yanxiong clapped his hands. Agreed. Let everyone present witness. Zhang Boyan did not stop him, as opposing the Count's mansion was politically correct. Then Shenlang boldly pointed. This character is pronounced Ren, and its meaning should be related to thorn. Upon hearing this, Zhang Boyan was immediately startled, then showed an incredulous expression. This is an ancient stele. How does he know it? Seeing his teacher's expression change, Yanxiong quickly asked, Master, he's making this up, right? At this moment, Zhang Boyan was caught in a dilemma. I could deny Shenlang's answer, but others have studied that stele too. If Shenlang spreads the word, then my reputation could be damaged. I have no choice but to tell the truth. Yanxiong, blame your own overzealousness. With this thought, he immediately changed his demeanor. Master Shen truly has a profound understanding of characters. Such a promising young talent. Hearing Zhang Boyan's acknowledgement, the room was abuzz. Was Shenlang really that impressive? Even Jean Mulan had not expected her husband to possess such deep knowledge. Meanwhile, Yanxiong was terrified. Now, shouldn't Yan the great talent fulfill his promise? Hearing this, Yanxiong immediately looked to his teacher for help, but Zhang Boyan showed no intention of intervening. Seeing no way out, Yanxiong, with a twisted expression, said, Shenlang, I will remember today. Then he gave himself a loud slap. Shenlang showed a satisfied smile, feeling immensely gratified. At this moment, Jin Zhuo asked Shenlang to take Mulan to meet his parents, but just as they were about to leave, Zhu Lin stopped them. Not bad, young man, I'll remember you. The threat in his words was palpable, but Shenlang was not the least bit afraid. Thank you, Lord Zhu, for your kind words. Shenlang's parents, fearing they might embarrass their son, sat reservedly in the back hall, even reluctant to wear the new clothes sent by the Count's mansion for fear of damaging them. Upon entering, Shenlang immediately knelt down, Jean Mulan following suit, kneeling and saying, Your daughter-in-law pays respect to father-in-law and mother-in-law. Despite Shenlang's parents' humble status, there wasn't a hint of reluctance on her face. Shenlang's mother quickly came forward to help them up. This is princess of the city. After all, Mulan also thanked her mother-in-law. Seeing this scene, Shenlang couldn't help but think, she truly is my goddess, beautiful inside and out. After a round of pleasantries in the back hall and having dinner, Shen's family excused themselves early. Before leaving, his brother couldn't resist reminding Shenlang, a moment of spring night is worth 1,000 gold. Once everything was settled, Jean Mulan gently pushed open the door. Seeing the stunning beauty walking towards him, Shenlang felt as if he was in a dream. She's so beautiful. Am I dreaming? I can't believe I actually married her. Jean Mulan, with with a shy face, said, "Your performance today was different from the rumors." Shen Lang, unable to disclose his transmigration, simply responded with a laugh. "I had a serious illness at the Su family, almost as if I had died once, and suddenly my mind cleared." Jean Mulan said with some guilt, Shen Lang, there are some things I want to make clear to you. I never intended to marry in my life, dedicating everything to my family. It was only because of the Zhu family's pressure to marry that I had to take a husband. We are husband and wife in name, and that will not change in this lifetime. I will not marry another. But as for the duties of husband and wife, I'm sorry, I cannot fulfill them. Shen Lang thought to himself, of course, how could a proud woman like Mulan easily share a bed with a man? To truly be with her, I must first win her heart. He then said, I understand. Jean Mulan stood up and said, you've been wrong, husband, but tonight is your wedding night, and I cannot let you spend it alone in an empty room. Little Bing, come in. A shy young girl walked in. She was Jean Mulan's personal maid, 18 years old. When Shen Lang saw Little Bing, his eyes widened. I didn't expect the goddess to arrange everything so thoughtfully. At this moment, Shen Lang was overjoyed inside, but still pretended to be concerned. Is this really okay? But Mulan insisted on not letting Shen Lang's life be delayed for her reasons, leaving Little Bing behind, and even instructed to hurry up and have a child, to give an explanation to Shen Lang's parents. After a moment, Shen Lang abandoned his gentlemanly facade, opened his arms wide. Since my wife has arranged this with such thought, I shall respectfully comply. A moment of spring night is worth 1,000 gold. Help me undress. Upon hearing these words, both were shocked. Jean Mulan thought, could this man be a libertine? But she still courteously closed the door for them. After Mulan left, Little Bing stood trembling in front of Shen Lang, then began to cry uncontrollably. Seeing Little Bing crying and gasping for breath, her tears and snot dripping onto her 36F chest, Shen Lang's heart sank. Jean Mulan doesn't fancy me, and now even a maid looks down on me. He then waved his hand. If you don't want to, just go. Hearing Shen Lang tell her to leave, Little Bing disappeared outside the door with the speed of teleportation. Shen Lang watched in silence, despite being so handsome, but considering he had married into the Jean family to protect his family, he shouldn't be greedy. With this thought, Shen Lang lay down and fell asleep peacefully. The next morning, Shen Lang and two others were in the dining room. Jean Mulan and he were having breakfast like an ordinary couple, planning the day's agenda. Little Bing was serving on the side, as if last night's incident had never happened. Husband, I wonder what your thoughts and goals are for the future. However, Shen Lang simply answered, no goals, while thinking to himself, my goal was to enter a wealthy family and live off others. I've completely achieved it. Jean Mulan, thinking about Shen Lang's performance at their wedding yesterday, believed he must have grand ambitions and goals, which made her puzzled. Hearing Jean Mulan mention yesterday, Shen Lang then remembered he indeed had a goal, to bring down the Su family and make Su Qianqian beg for mercy. Hearing this, Mulan was utterly speechless, thinking, where's the grand ambition, the generosity? Is being so vindictive really good? Jean Mulan could only offer some pastries. Husband, perhaps you should have some more pastries. The Su family has a marriage alliance with the Zhang family, and the Zhu family backs them. It's not easy for our Count's mansion to take action against them. Shen Lang, picking up a pastry, showed a sleazy expression. Then, can I start by killing Tianheng? I'm afraid that's not possible either. Tianheng is under the jurisdiction of the mythical Turtle City lord, and is also aligned with the Zhang family. If our Count's mansion acts against him, it would be tantamount to turning against the city lord. Hearing Mulan's reply, Shen Lang immediately became anxious. Isn't the Count's mansion very powerful? Why can't we do anything? Then, as the young master Shen of the Count's mansion, I'll go slap Tianheng's face. That should be fine, right? Once Mulan agreed, Shen Lang quickly stood up, and before Mulan could react, he had already run to the door. Husband, are you in such a hurry to take revenge? Don't you have time to talk more with your newlywed wife? After showing off his skills in the Count's mansion, everyone started to see Shen Lang in a new light. Jean Mulan's permission, Shen Lang prepared to show Tianheng a lesson, but following protocol, he first went to the Count's mansion to pay respects to the Count and his wife with tea. Jean Zhuo was very satisfied with Shen Lang's performance on their wedding day, and his attitude had softened. He inquired about Shen Lang's plans for the day. My parents have raised me with hard work, and marrying into the Count's mansion is somewhat undutiful. Today, I wish to return home to spend time with them and show my filial piety, he said, using filial piety as a reason to request leave. Jean Zhuo, deeply moved, exclaimed, filial piety comes first. It's rare to see such filial devotion from Shen Lang. He then ordered 2 gifts to be prepared to send to Shen Lang's parents on his behalf. Afterward, Shen Lang respectfully thanked his in-laws and walked towards the door, with the Count and his wife very satisfied with Shen Lang's manners. Lady Jean also praised him, and Jean Zhuo thought this choice of son-in-law by Jean Mulan showed great foresight, contrary to the rumors. Leaving the Count's mansion, Shen Lang called out to the guards, prepare the carriage. I'm going home, and when we pass by the Black Clothes gang, let's go straight in. I want to catch up with Tianheng. Suddenly, Shen Lang caught sight of a majestic tall horse nearby, and immediately had an idea. Since he wanted to impress, why not ride a handsome horse in a dashing manner? But 2 minutes later, the guards, watching Shen Lang struggle to mount the horse, were utterly speechless. Our young master Shen is really hopeless. Shen Lang fell off the horseback, then got up and straightened himself. I think the sun is quite strong. strong today. Let's take the carriage back instead. The guards were all exasperated. Half an hour later, Shenlang's carriage, escorted by 2 guards, sped into the Black Clothes Gang's territory. The guards on the city tower, seeing someone daring to barge into the Black Clothes Gang, immediately ordered arrows to be released. A guard quickly stopped them. "Don't shoot arrows. Let them in. That's a carriage from the Count's mansion. Do you want to lose your lives? Hurry up and notify the leader." As the carriage halted, Shenlang arrogantly stepped down. "Leader Tian, I hope you're well." Tian Heng, having received the news, had already gathered his men in the courtyard to welcome them. "Ha ha ha, Master Shen, you could have sent someone. Why trouble yourself to come in person?" Seeing Shenlang, he immediately opened his arms and walked towards him with a laugh, though inwardly he was seething. Just married last night, and today he comes knocking on